We come together to explore ideas that helps us better understand emotions and learn practical strategies that support the growth and well-being of both our children and ourselves. Moubony, yeah, most importantly, this is supportive and judgment-free space. You know your child best, and the ideas we share are meant to be flexible tools that you can adapt to suit the needs and routines of your own family. Today's workshop, Screens of Minds on Reclaiming Mealtime for Connection and Regulation, focuses on how reducing screen use during meals can help create more meaningful family interactions and support children in being more present and regulated during mealtimes. We will talk about simple practical ways to bring back connection, conversation, and calm moments at the table for both parents and children. Yeah. Mealtime can be an important opportunities for connection. But with the increasing use of screens during meals, children may become less present and engaged at the table. For many families, reducing screen use during meal times can feel challenging, especially when screens have become part of daily routines. Our goal today is to explore simple and practical ways to bring attention back to the table. By creating screen-free mealtime moments, we can encourage better communication, support children's self-regulation, and make mealtime a calmer and more meaningful experience for the whole family. Let's begin discovering how small changes during mealtimes can create more connection, conversation, and calm moments for the whole family. Let me introduce our speaker for the day. Moubony Paul completed her post-graduation from the RBU Kolkata. She is a certified applied behavior analysis technician from the Qualified Applied Behavior Analysis Credentialing Board and has been working in the field of applied behavior analysis since 2012, nearly 14 with nearly 14 years of experience. Over the course of her career, she has worked in Kolkata, Mumbai, and Bangalore, gaining extensive experience in early intervention, behavior management, and inclusion support for children with developmental and learning needs. She currently serves as a ABA Early Intervention and Inclusion Program Supervisor at Stepping Stone Center. Moubony is passionate about working with children and strongly believes that children with special needs can achieve meaningful progress when provided with the right guidance, structured support, and evidence-based intervention. She enjoys reading, studying, and conducting research in the field of applied behavior analysis to continually enhance her professional practice. She is currently pursuing her qualified behavior analyst certification to further advance her expertise in the field. Before we move to the next part of the session, dear parents, and kindly note that if you have any questions or doubts at any point during the workshop, please feel free to type them in the message box. Our speaker will address them during the session or at the end of the workshop. Thank you. Over to Ms. Moubony.
Thank you, Shishira, for this lovely introductions. And good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. It is always valuable when parents comes together to discuss topics like this that support their children's growth and well-being. Today, we are going to talk about why screen-free meal times matters. What are the challenges parents face? And we will try to share some practical and gentle strategies to gradually move towards mindful and interactive meal times. Before I start, I just want to make one thing very clear that our goal is not to make the parents feel guilty or overwhelmed. We want to support families with realistic strategies that help children build healthy eating habits. Because Sometimes the smallest routines, like sitting together for a meal, can have a big impact on a child's growth. Child development is a continuous process that happens across the ages, not just particularly in early childhood only. From the time children are very young and even as they grow older, they continue to develop important skills such as language, communication, problem solving, independence, social interaction, emotional regulation, etc. etc. These skills do not develop only through formal teaching or in therapy sessions. A large part of this learning happens through daily routines and interaction within the family and with the environment. Simple daily moments like let's say playing together with parents, reading a storybook, going for a walk, helping in household chores, or sitting together for a meal provide rich opportunities for children to learn. Through this interaction, they build their vocabulary, understand social cues, learn turn taking, and develop communication skills. This is equally important for neurotypical as well as neurodiverse children. Now, saying that, let's say in today's world, can you imagine yourself without technology? Without mobile, laptop, television, Alexa, and everything? No, right? Me too. So, I'm not saying that screens are completely bad. Technology is part of our lives. Mobile phone, tablets, television, they have become very common part or common factors in our in the child's daily routine. While screen can sometimes be useful for learning and entertainment, but the problem arises when they start replacing real life interaction. They reduce the valuable opportunities for children to engage with people and their environment. Right? So, many parents often ask an important question when we discuss this topic. Like, are you saying that the children should have zero screen time? Or is it a little screen time is okay for them? Or you want us to completely stop the screen time and all? These are very valid questions. But today, that is not the discussion that we are focusing on. As I said earlier, technology is a part of our life. So screens can have both benefits and drawbacks depending on how, when, why they're used, how much time they're looking at the screen, and everything, right? It has both pros and cons. That is a very broader topic, and we can definitely explore that in another session. But today, the focus for our discussion is much more specific. The question that we want to reflect on today is screen time really necessary during feeding? When the children sit at the table without screens, they learn so many things at a time. Okay, they pay attention to the food, they explore different tastes and textures, they practice oral motor skills. So all these things, anyway, we are going to talk about these things in details in the upcoming slides. But when the screen is present, the child's attention often shift completely to the device. The eating continues, but the learning connected to that becomes very limited. So, today is not about removing the screens from their life. It's just we want to understand that do we want that meal time to be just eating food or getting food into the child, or do we want it to make a moment of connection, learning, and development? This is what we are going to explore today. When it comes to screen time, many families face many challenges when it comes to like feeding their children and all. Some of them, they are very picky eater. They will eat only particular type of food, and sometimes they might eat a parts of the food. Some gets very easily distracted. There is a sound, noise from here and there. They just look, so they just forget about food and all. Then there are some tantrums. I will not this eat this thing, I will not eat that particular thing, give me or feed me, I will not eat by myself. So all those tantrums are there, and sometimes they take a very long time to finish their meals. So there are different feeding difficulties that are attached with mealtime. For parents with autism and other sensory sensitivities, this mealtime can be even more challenging and difficult. Hmm? So, in these situations, giving the child a phone or turning on a screen often feel like the easiest option. And it works as a solution also. The child becomes quiet, sits in one place, the meals get finished like that. It vanished. For many parents, it feels like this is the only way to ensure that their child eat. I agree. This is a quick solution or this is a quick success. But over the time, this habit can affect an important learning opportunity. Their attention shifts from getting different learnings, and they just pay attention or they just focus on the screen itself and nothing else. They don't know what is happening around their environment and what is happening around. They have no idea about their surroundings. Okay, now, as I said, let's look into a little more deeper into what are the things that they are missing out. So, when a child watching a phone, tablet, or any screen per se while eating, their attention is mainly on the screen and not in the not on the food that is present in front of them. The brain becomes highly engaged with the visuals and auditory stimulation that is coming from the screen. Just imagine all the time the screen is going up and down. They keep scrolling on the phone, tablets, and all. So as a result, eating itself become more automatic activity rather than a very meaningful experience. They are eating, but it is just they're opening the mouth and putting the things on their mouth. So this is what where the first impact is: distraction from the food itself. They open the mouth. So when we ask them to, let's say, eat, they will open the mouth. We will just put the food inside their mouth, and that's all. They don't notice what they are eating. They don't observe the color of the food, the smell of the food, the texture, whether it is hard, mashy, soft, or even the taste. So this eventually later this can reduce their curiosity and willingness to explore different types of food in future. Another important aspect is social interaction. Mealtime is traditionally in our culture, it is one of such few times where the families sit together. They talk, they connect with each other. Children learns a lot during this mealtime. So they learn to make conversation, respond to the question, like simple question: how was your day, or the thing that you are eating, do you like this thing, do you want something more, and daily regular back and forth conversation. But again, when the screen is present, this interaction naturally reduces because the child is not paying attention to anyone else apart from the device. It can also limit positive food experiences. when they are fully engaged with their meal, they learn to enjoy the food. They develop preferences. I want this more. Can you give me a little more curry? Or can I have two more pieces of fries? So it's more like a positive food experiences, which definitely we don't see when we provide them a screen. Another important is the oral motor skills, where they learn to chew and swallow. Uh, Generally, we have seen when they are attentive to their food, they know what they're eating, they chew, the food moves around in their mouth, they understand the taste, they feel the texture inside and everything. But when they're deeply focused on a screen, this chewing become less active, so they just take a bite and chew for 2 3 times and they swallow the whole, or sometimes they just keep the food or hold the food in a part of their mouth, inside their mouth. Okay, so that is also that this is also a part which we definitely want to address when we are looking for the like how it is going to affect their growth, because it can lead to lot of other health issues also. If they don't chew and just swallow, it can affect their gut issue. They don't know when to stop and all. They It can lead to the weight. They can gain weight. So there are a lot of other things. Another thing is, let's say it's more about the self awareness. Okay, the ability to recognize or understand hunger and fullness cues. So our body gives us that natural signals when we are hungry and when we are full. So when children they eat without distraction, they gradually listen to this inner cues. They feel that hunger, or they feel that no, I am full, I don't want to eat more and all. But we can see the kids who are eating with the screen, with the presence of the screen, they generally over it because they don't stop, because they keep looking at the screen and keep eating. So they don't know, or they don't recognize their own internal cues. Awareness is not there. When I am full, I have to stop eating. So while screen makes things easier sometime for a short period of time, they can reduce several important learning opportunities that naturally happens during the mealtime. Okay, so this is why we encourage families to gradually work towards screen-free mealtime. Yes. Now, I want to take a pause here, and I want to highlight something very important, especially for the children with autism and other developmental delays. For neurotypical kids, when a screen is removed during mealtime, they protest a little. They may complain, say, I want the phone, I will not eat. But this resistance can be for short time. Eventually, with some guidance and support and consistency, they adjust fairly quickly. However, the children with autism and other developmental conditions, uh, this reaction can sometimes be much stronger. It is not simply a tantrum or the child just being naughty. Often there are underlying reasons that may not be immediately visible from a parent's perspective. Let's take a look in these conditions and how this works. Many children with autism, they rely heavily on predictability and routine. If a screen has always been a part of their meal time, then their brain accepts it to be there every day. So when the routine suddenly changes, they experience significant dysregulation. This can look like crying, leaving the table, refusing food, flopping on the floor, and lot of other behaviors. Another possible reason, let's say, is the sensory sensitivity. Some children may find certain aspects of mealtime very overwhelming, such as the smell of the food, the texture, the sound in the environment while everyone is talking. That can be too much for the learner, or even sitting at one place for a longer period of time until the meal finish. They are sitting at the table, right? So, in this situation, the screen actually helping them to cope up with those sensory discomfort by shifting their attention away from those sensations. Another important point is that when children they quickly learn patterns. If a child refuses food or eventually the screen is given back to them to calm them down, they start associating that with food refusal. That means they know ki, okay, if I refuse the food, I will get my screen back. So that associate food refusal with getting the screen, that can happen with our learners. For some children, the screen also provides strong stimulation. Screens offer bright, colorful visuals, fast movement, engaging sound, which can be very appealing for the brain. When the stimulation is suddenly removed, they might struggle to stay engaged with the eating activity that is happening in a very slow pace. So just imagine everything in the screen is very fast, quickly there the screen is shifting from one scene to another scene. There is lot of noise and sounds and all, but when that is completely gone, they just have to sit and eat all by themselves. So this shift can be very anxious or very difficult for them. Another important factor is difficulty with waiting and sitting tolerance. Definitely, we all know with our learners that is a very big challenge when it comes to make them sit or wait for something. Now, with the screen, this thing becomes little more easier, much more easier, I will say. So, when parents see reactions like crying, refusal to eat, or leaving the table, or any other tantrums, it is often a sign that the child is struggling with the change rather than just misbehaving like that. So, this is why our goal is not immediate removal of screen, especially when it comes to a child who has completely dependent on screen during meals. Instead, we want this removal of the screen happen gradually by structured fading procedures. This process works best when it is predictable. That means the child knows what will happen during mealtime. It is very predictable. We are going to explain the things, what is expected. Then, when it is visual, that means we can use visual schedule, visual cues for them to understand. And calm, that means the change happens gradually and without putting any pressure on them. Okay. Yeah. So again, let's look into a gradual reduction plan, because after talking so much, generally now, I mean, till now, I just talk about why it is important, what are the things they're missing out. Now, the first question that comes to my mind, if I'm a parent, then what we are going to do, how we are going to actually reduce screens, what is the plan or what are the strategies? Okay. Before I talk about this plan and all, again, it's my one of my experience. I'm saying ki, we don't learn things in a day or two. I don't learn. I take some time to learn anything that is very new to me. So learning itself takes time. Sometimes it takes days, weeks, or even months also. Similarly, when we want a child to unlearn a habit and replace it with a new one, we must give them some time to adjust. So, here the main thing is it will not happen suddenly. So, the child will take their own time to come out from that habit and learn something new. Okay, let's look into this plan. And as I said, this plan is a very generic one. There is let's directly not, it is not recommended to directly implement this plan from today only with your learner. Understand the child, understand what they required most, and based on that modify this plan. So let's say we choose one activity as a no screen zone in a day. And if we are like, it's not like that you are removing the screen entirely, completely. No, from today onwards, till yesterday you were looking at the screen for 2 hours or 1.5 hours, but today it's completely no. From today onwards, it's completely. Let's not do that. It will be very it will be very overwhelming for the learner. Okay, so at least one activity, and let's say that activity is the meal time or any one of the meal time. So you just set a very clear rule: during meal time we are not going to use screen. Okay, so this approach, if you say it clearly, it will prevent the child from feeling that, okay, whatever I enjoy, everything that I enjoy, it's suddenly taken away. They will not feel that. Okay, it's just one activity that you are going to do with us without screen. And then we can look into slowly increase this screen free activity. So once the child is very much okay or comfortable with one screen free activity or maybe routine, maybe the morning snack time, only the morning snack time the child is eating without screen, and he is getting very comfortable and all, then increase that frequency. Let's say the lunch. Now snacks and lunchtime you are going to go without screen, and after that dinner, and after that any family times where the family is getting together, then you are not going to use any screen. So gradually you increase this screen free activities. Okay, now saying that during the meal time itself, if the child is very used to watching a screen throughout the meal, that also can be reduced gradually. Okay, so let's take an example of, you can start the video or give the video or the screen a few minutes later than usual. So, if the child usually starts watching the TV when they start eating together, so basically that both thing happens together, you can delay the screen time by about, let's say, 30 seconds or 1 minute. So you say you do use those time, encourage the child to eat, take a few bite before you start the screen. You can say, okay, take one bite and then we will start the TV or whatever the cartoon or song or rights. Okay, now gradually you increase this delay. Okay, now from 30 seconds, you take 1 minute time. Okay, first you eat for 1 minute, then we are going to start the screen. Okay, now you eat for 2 minutes, and then we are going to play the movie or play the cartoon. Okay, so these methods help the child understand the eating come first and then the screen. You can also do it backward wise also. Let's say uh, you play the, because the child is very dependent on eating, you want the child at least to eat something first, so you start the video and make the child eat something, and towards the end of the meal you stop the TV or stop the screen. That can be also done. Okay, so this small adjustment helps them slowly build their tolerance, their eating tolerance without the screen. Very important point here to understand is that you have to be consistent. When you are implementing any strategies, you are trying out any new thing for the first time, you have to be consistent with that. Children learns best when routines remains predictable and stable. If screens are allowed during meals on some days and some days not, they will get confused and they will start resisting. So, whenever the screen is not there, they will engage in some challenging behaviors. So, you have to be consistent when you are implementing any strategies. And it's not only the parents, the grandparents, whoever is involved with this feeding program. Okay. Yes. Let's look into some strategies, APA-based strategies that can reduce screen time. So the first one is visual support. Many children, they understand routine better when they see them visually rather than just hearing some instructions. Okay, I know I am a visual learner. I understand things better. I can register things better when I see the things in front of me in a structured way, in written and with pictures and everything. Similarly, for our learners also, this pictures, visual cues can give them a better understanding of what is expected. Maybe a picture of everyone eating together and having fun. You can use your own picture, okay, like your own family time, your own meal time picture you can use for that. You can make a schedule kind of a thing ki, okay, this is your today's schedule, so you will wake up and then you will brush your teeth, then you will go for your play, you will play for some time, you will have your breakfast, then you will watch a cartoon for half an hour. So if you can just have the schedule ready for them, they know ki, okay, what comes first, and then so how my days look like, when I'm going to get my screen time. Okay. Or you can use a similar first then both, where you are saying ki, okay, first you have to finish the food and then only you will get your screen time. So these are all different types of visual cues, supports that you can use to reduce the screen time during meal times. The next one is positive reinforcement. In ABA, we often focus on reinforcing the behavior we want them to see more of. Okay.
I think there are some glitches in the network. Let's wait for.
Hello. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Shishira, am I audible?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Hmm? You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, everyone. There might be the network glitch. Yeah, let me share the screen again. And please let me know if you are not able to hear. Just drop a text in the chat box so that I know कि you can't hear me. Mm-hmm. Can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
There is a lag. I will try to just quickly switch my network.
Yep.
If that might help. Sorry for this interruption. Shishna, just let me know if you can hear me clearly and whether there is a lag or not.
Ma'am, we can clearly hear you.
Okay, I am changing my network connection. Yes. I'm audible, right? Now?
Yes.
Okay. About the visual schedule and visual cues, how it's gonna help. Uh, Everyone get an understanding of this, or anyone get to hear what I said earlier?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then I will move to the next one, that is positive reinforcement. I was saying that positive reinforcement is something that in ABA we really focus on reinforcing the behavior that we want to see more of. It's more like we want that behavior to happen and we reinforce that behavior. Instead of just saying, ki, no, don't watch the TV, or it's not time to watch the phone and all, or keep the phone away. Instead of that, we praise the behavior, the alternative behavior. Here, like an example, we can say it's like, I really like how you're sitting together with us and on the table, and how you are talking to us. You finished your entire food. It's a great thing. So we actually we put emphasis on the good behavior they are exhibiting, the expected behavior, the expected screen-free behavior that they are exhibiting. That is what positive reinforcement is. Okay, and we also provide small non-food rewards like some tokens, stickers. So whenever they are eating without screen, it doesn't have to be the entire time for the entire time duration. Even for 5 minutes, 3 minutes, or even 2 spoons, 3 spoons also. So we reduce it to the spoon also. Like it doesn't have to be time based. We give them a star or we give them a token. We can use that reward chart as well. And then the next one, that is like the visual timer. We can use this visual timer because some children, they struggle with understanding that how long the activity will last, or how long I have to wait for getting that screen. So when we use the timer, it reduces their anxiety and it gives them a clear picture or time duration. Okay, you are going to eat without the mobile for 10 seconds. So 10 seconds may how many spoons you are eat, it's fine. So maybe 1 spoon or 2 spoons, it's fine. Then the 10 seconds, after 10 seconds, you can get to see maybe another maybe let's say 10 seconds of a video. Then again pause the timer, pause the screen, and again set another 10 seconds time to go with screen free and just eat your meal. So these timer can give them that predictability. Okay, till this long I will eat without the screen. Okay, so this will give them some sort of like they will calm themselves down by looking at the timer also. Ki, yes, I know when I'm going to get my screen back. Yes. Now, here are some uh, replacement behaviors that we can use during mealtime. Okay, so because it's if there's no screen, then what will my child do while sitting at the table? It's not like they will completely eat by themselves and they will finish the meal, right? So we have to provide some alternative engagement. So what those engagement gonna look like? These are some simple ideas. You can talk about the food. You can make it more meaningful conversation. Okay, language, you can build your language and communication skill through it. Hey, the thing that you are eating, is it good? Do you like the taste of it? It's sweet or salty? Okay. Oh, you are eating rice. So see, there are so many colors in your plate. Tell me, what are the colors you can see in the plate? It's white rice, then curry is yellow. You have a fry, brown fry. So these are some of the conversation and food related conversation that you can do. And this food related conversation can help them pay attention to the food itself. Okay, then you can go for some. You can make them help you during the food or during the meal time. If can you pass me the spoon? Okay, please pour the water, or you can make them arrange the table with you, dining table with you. You can ask them to bring the food bowls from the kitchen to the dining table. So these kind of when they will engage in the entire food related activities, they will also feel ki, okay, this is something that I did by myself, so let's see how to take this forward. I will eat and I will get the taste and all of that. Okay, simple some sort of like carry some small sensory toys or fidget toys, so that even they are distracted, they are not because they are very used to with the screen, at least they have some alternative preferred things in their hand. Maybe the second highest preferred things, it can be small toys or anything that can reduce their anxiety that the screen is not there anymore. They can at least still be engaged with all those small toys and things, preferred things. And then you can have some simple table games, like I said, what are the colors do you see? Okay, let's do it together. Okay, I'm going to finish this spoon of rice, or I will chew it 12 times. Let's see how many times you chew it and finish it off. It's more like a simple table games that you can actually practice with them. And then definitely family interactions. Talk. The more you will model that, you will talk on the table, and you will have engage in some conversation. They will see, they will look at you, they will imitate you, how you are eating, how you're holding the spoon and how you're holding the pot, in with which hand you are taking the glass. So they will observe and they will try to follow the same. When they will see that you are talking to other person and asking about their day, how the day was and all the other stuff, they will pay attention. That is the way they will also develop their language skills. Okay, so the entire environment will become um, much more jovial. Okay, uh, you can do some sort of environmental modification also here. So before you uh, before you go for the meal time, dinner time or lunch, remove or switch off all the screens beforehand only. Okay, so switch off the TV, uh, keep your mobiles and all the other gadgets somewhere else out of the reach where the child can't go and get it. So that you are creating an environment itself where they will not get the opportunity to see the screen itself. Okay, and model that behavior, screen free behavior. Like I said, you are modeling how to engage in a conversation. That is something that you can do. And obviously, one of the go to strategy is safe food. You know your child is very, very used to with the screen. Okay, then when you are replacing the screen, you can bring the safe food, that is their most preferred food on the table, so that they know, okay, okay, this is something I like. Okay, it can be dosa, it can be some other things, and maybe it can be chips also. So when they're having some food, let's say chapati, roti, dal, chawal, and everything, with that you can keep a bowl of bhujia. If the bhujia is the highest preferred edible for the learner, or chips, or give something that they really like, so that they can see that. Okay, and okay, I'm going to eat, or maybe on top of the rice, you can just sprinkle some bhujia, and oh, see, you have bhujia on top of the rice. Let's eat that. So these things we can do. Okay, so we can look for these sort of modifications and strategies. So the golden rules, you have to be consistent. That means if you are doing something and this is a habit that you are trying to change, so if it is already a habit, or it is this habit is already present in the child's repertoire, you are going to change it. You have to be very consistent with your practice. Sometimes you allow the child to watch the screen, sometimes not, will not, is not an effective strategy. Repetition repetition builds learning. That means you are practicing something on a daily basis again and again, then only they will get comfortable with that. It will reduce their anxiety. Okay, and clear the rules, set a clear rules for yourself, for all the people who are associated with this food type. Okay, so everyone will follow the same thing, the same routine follow across all the family members. Okay, so yes, so from this session, what are the key takeaways? Screen, yes, screen may make meal times easier, but when we are looking for a long time learning opportunities, definitely we can look for reducing meal time, removal of meal time by reducing it gradually. Okay, so the real growth will happen during meal times when the child will engage in social engagement, they will learn new things, they will become more independent in eating. Okay, that's how these are the moments when they will develop their skills. And all the changes that we discussed till now, it should go with gradually, it should go gradually, not a sudden change. We don't want the child to get aversive towards the meal time. It should not feel like meal, till now I am fine, I was able to do what I want and all, but when it's come to meal time, okay, the parents are going to take away everything. So it will, the entire food will become aversive, they will refuse to eat. So we don't want that experience to happen, we don't want to get that experience. Okay, so gradual structured change, that will lead to long term success. So just let me leave you with this thought today, that your child, our learners, our small learners, they are capable of much more than staying within comfort routines. Every child, I'm talking about neurotypical, neurodiverse, they has ability to learn, adapt, grow when they given the right support and opportunities. They are capable of sitting at the table independently, tolerating small changes. They are capable of building flexibility in their routines. They are capable of engaging socially. Everything is possible. Okay. These changes not happen overnight. So take your time, be patient, and stay consistent. Saying that, I'm going to finish my presentation. Yes. Over to you, Shishira.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a wonderful and informative session. Dear parents, if you have any questions, please feel free to type them in the chat box. Ma'am, I have a question. Like, can occasional screen use still be acceptable? Or and also like if we remove visual screens, could replacing them with something auditory like music or storytelling still affect the child's eating behavior?
Great. And you already gave the answers away. Yes. So when we are talking about those replacement behavior, this can definitely consider as one of the most useful strategies. The childs are very used to with the visuals and sounds that they are getting from the screen. They are looking Peppa Pig or any particular song, rhymes, anything. So if we are reducing it, so we talk about gradual fading, right? So if we are fading it, we can fade the video first, but let's keep the audio. So instead of completely going like off screen and all, we can just off the screen and play the audio itself, or we can play the song or any particular thing, any particular event in the Alexa or any other devices, but they can still get that auditory thing. They can listen to the song. So at least they will be little more okay ki yes, I can't see, but I know I can visualize by listening to it. That is a very good option, alternative, actually, I will say. We can definitely go for that.
I don't see any questions in the chat box. So once again, thank you so much for such a wonderful and informative session, ma'am. Your insights on creating more mindful and connected mealtime experiences were truly valuable. The practical strategies and perspectives you shared will certainly help parents reflect on their daily routines and gradually build healthier, more engaging mealtime habits for their children. Dear parents, our next session will be on improving focus and attention in children on April 4th. To register, simply scan the QR code and sign up for the upcoming sessions. Before we wrap up today, we want you to know that we are always here to support. If at any point you have questions, concerns, or just need someone to listen, please feel free to reach out to us. Your well-being matters, and we are committed to creating a space where you feel heard, supported, and understood. Don't hesitate to connect with us. We are truly happy to work with you and walk with you throughout any challenges you might face. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you all.